What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of the More Muse Podcast.
What's happening? What's happening? We back.
We are back from our little hiatus, man. And today we have somebody super special. The man just hit 100,000 followers on Instagram. We got Hey Tony TV. What's up, man?
What?
You said what?
Welcome. Appreciate you being on, dog.
Thank you for having me.
So, wow, 100,000 followers. That's amazing, first of all.
That's big.
I know you probably, didn't expect that to come from just what you've been doing as your passion or whatever, but how did you get started in this?
Well, I've always been a funny guy. It just comes naturally with me, and I've always been really shy, but I decided to kind of break into it starting off at college. I went to William Peace University, go Pacers. So I started at William Peace University, and then I kind of just branched off into my own little thing. I just started doing videos, and from there I just kept it up until to this point. So
that's the dream, though. You know what I'm saying? You're doing what you love, and then boom, people start to notice you, man. How did it feel once you started seeing people like jumping on to what you were doing?
It felt good. It's been 6 years, a long time, and I've just been doing it at my own pace. Like, I'm not trying to, be viral just like that. I'm trying to have a little bit of longevity, so that way my videos can kind of linger out for a long time.
I feel that. That's a good tactic, honestly, for sure.
No, it is.
You don't want to give it to them all at once, and then they like, we didn't see everything he could do.
Right.
I feel that. 100%.
And I feel like once you get to a sense of trying to actually go viral, it's harder to do. You know what I'm saying? So my question to you is, what are the tools for you to create your content?
You definitely got to go into it with a backbone, because not everybody's gonna like what you do. Me, I kind of just toyed around with different types of comedy at first. And then it got to a point where I realized my niche, which is like basing my comedy off the accuracy of life. So in high school, like everything that I do in high school, somebody can relate to. When I do like my job, TikToks, people can relate to it. It just depends on what you feel like suits you best. I always say, definitely open up some doors, and if them doors close, oh well, but don't let it discourage you, because if you do, then you probably never get to where you want to be. I had some doors close on me a couple of times. I'm here, so
I feel that. Persevere through it all. Piggybacking off of what you said, off of your style of comedy, truth be known, most things that are really funny contain something true, so people can relate to it. You know what I'm saying? They're more likely to, laugh at it, when they can relate. So that style of comedy that you choose, you could really, like you say, want a longevity in your comedy, you could really make that last, because as you live life, things happen, and that's comedy right there. You could piggyback off the things as you grow. So that's a good style of comedy to have in this point in time, for real.
Steve Harvey said comedy is 90% true,
yeah,
10% jokes.
So
sometimes you got to stretch the story every once in a while, make it funny for the people.
Who is your favorite character to play?
Oh man, it's hard to say which character right now, because I'm kind of doing something where Quaterbrick High is about to become a whole universe. So I'm about to have a whole range of different people to play. But I think right now, don't get me wrong, I love my girl, I do, but I think the principal is probably one of my favorite characters right now.
Oh, now y'all want to be as quiet as a mouse. Oh no, keep it up. Keep acting like buffoons so I can clear this bus out one by one. Because y'all know we don't do this. Oh no, not at Quaterbrick High we don't. Y'all know that main code of conduct. I shouldn't have to say it anymore. Miss Ann, which ones was the ones causing you the most problems? These two in the back? These two in the back? You two, get your stuff, you're coming with me. Grab your stuff, I'm not playing. Now, anybody else want to call their parents and explain to them why they're getting suspended off the bus for a week? I didn't think so. Now, y'all are not children. Y'all are not wild animals. Y'all are young adults. Act like it. Let's go. I'm not playing with y'all. Let's go.
The principal
Hey, that
was
joint had me weak.
Yeah, that was me with the
Man,
bus.
funny
It's
because
relatable.
at this point, it's like now people are just throwing me their schools. Like I have so many schools hitting me up like, hey, if you want to film here, just call me, just email me, let us know. You can have the entire school to yourself. And I'm like, really? Just because I was a principal? Okay, that's fine.
That's
That
what's
helps
up.
elevate the comedy a little bit more to actually be in a school and be a principal or a student or a coach or something like that. So
Right.
it's always a blessing to know that what I'm doing is helping people and people want to help me in return.
So, are you considering doing stand up as well as the internet comedy?
I've done it. I think I don't want to rush into it. I want to kind of pace myself with that because it's always either stand up is one of those things where it can go really good or it can go really bad.
Yeah.
And then we're in this generation now where if something goes bad, then everyone thinks that that's the end of your career. And it's like, no, everybody has a little hiccup here and there. But it's a little bit tougher for comedians because people expect you to be funny. As soon as you hit the stage, you have to be funny.
Right.
And so if you don't have that, then all of a sudden somebody's recording, post it, say you're not funny. I'm not scared to be on the stage. I just think I need a little bit of time to figure out what the hell I want to talk about because I have a lot to talk about, especially if I'm doing stand-up.
It's good not to rush. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Make sure you're ready for sure.
The other day, scrolling on Instagram, you see the Shade Room pop up, and it's your video. How did you respond to that?
I was shocked. I was really, really shocked. And it's funny because last year I had told someone that like one of my goals for the year is to at least get one video posted on the Shade Room. Like, because whether people like the Shade Room or not, that's some good ass. Can I say ass? It's some good exposure. And if it wasn't for that post, a lot of things that I have coming up in the future would not have came into play. So it just kind of caught me by surprise a little bit, especially because they posted it so late, but I couldn't sleep. For the rest of the night, I could not sleep. I was excited as hell.
Somebody there to get you working.
Everybody and their grandmama and their uncle and their dog and their cousins and them, they all follow the Shade Room.
Facts. That's facts.
Right.
So who are some internet comedians and some stand-up comedians as well that you look up to or have looked up to in the past?
Eddie Murphy is definitely like my top bill comedian right now. Like I really get a lot of my ideas and inspirations just based off of Eddie Murphy. Like my thing with Eddie Murphy is I like the way he's able to play so many different characters, including the main character in one movie, and it still be hilarious.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
So that's definitely one of my biggest inspirations, and I'm hoping and praying and manifesting eventually I get to work with him. Jamie Foxx is another person. I've been following Jamie Foxx since In Living Color, when In Living Color was syndicated on BET years ago. And he is hilarious, man. And I like the way he's able to step outside of the box sometimes and not always be a comedian and just do something entirely different. Another one that I really like and I really want to work with, I don't know, have y'all ever heard of Katie Don?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think I heard of her before.
Yeah, I have. Yeah,
Katie
she's
Don.
hilarious.
I was about to say, how can you have not heard of Katie Don?
Yeah. Wait, y'all have heard? Y'all have seen her? Y'all just don't know the name.
Word, okay.
She is hilarious, man. And she's one of those people I started watching back when Vine had just started popping. And I was like, this is what I want to do. And I want to work with this girl because I kind of see exactly what she's like awkward, but awkward in a funny way. Like she stretches the boundaries of comedy just enough to where you can laugh at her. And I like that about her. So there are a couple people that I look to sometimes and I go back and be like, let me watch this video. Let me watch this Vine of hers or this Eddie Murphy skit or something and just be like, let me come up with my own thing with that.
Hey, speaking of Eddie Murphy though, have you seen that movie Boomerang?
Mm-hmm.
Bro, that's like one of my top.
Golden.
Yeah.
Golden.
Eddie
dog.
Murphy, yeah, that dude, he got some good movies under his belt for sure.
So, he know how to tell a story, bro. That's really his biggest thing. He tells stories and it's funny with it at the same time.
He does. And then again, it's like this man can play anybody in the movie and it still be hilarious.
Right. Yeah. His range to be able to switch from person to person, like he could play an old lady and it really make you think of an old lady, or a fat dude. You know what I'm saying? Like he just, yeah, he got it when it comes to comedy for sure.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's my like dream collaboration. If I ever get a chance to work with Eddie Murphy, I am good. I don't have nothing else in life. I've already achieved my goal. Like that is it.
So I was gonna ask, what is your goal in the next few years? But obviously, working with Eddie Murphy is at the top of that list.
Outside of that, I mean, I definitely want to be able to help out other comedians. I'm a people's person. I say it all the time. My mama says it all the time, and she says sometimes you help people too much. I can't help it because I just have a really big heart. But I definitely want to start up my own production company and help out all the comedians that are on the rise or inspiring comedians. You know, like it's a lot of talent out here, and there's enough room for all of us to be successful and have our own lane. So I want to be that person to be watching somebody one day and call them up and be like, hey, this ain't Tony TV. I was watching your skit. I think you hilarious. I think you will be perfect for this show that I'm about to put out. You know, so that's my goal. I definitely want to go ahead and I want to be my own boss. Let me just say that. I want to be my own damn boss.
Okay, I feel that.
I feel it 100%.
I feel that.
You spoke of Eddie Murphy. What's your thoughts on Coming to America too? Because it's kind of mixed feelings about it. And as a comedian, I just gotta ask.
I enjoyed it. I think with the time that we're in now, we can't really expect sequels from the 90s to be the same as they were in the 90s. You see what I'm saying? Because there are some things that were acceptable back then that we could joke and laugh about that we can't laugh about now. So I see how they kind of took that into play. But also it was just the Black excellence all throughout that film, man. It was so much Black excellence in that film that was amazing to me. So Eddie Murphy being able to do that, almost 20, 30 years later, and it still be a successful, and some people might not have thought it was funny. I enjoyed it. Funny sequel, I thought it was good.
You are from a little town. Is it the city or town? It's a city. A city called Rocky Mount, North Carolina.
We don't know what we call it at this point. I'm gonna be honest.
2-5 still.
I don't know what to call it. It's either a city or a town. It's small like a town, but they call it the city of Rocky Mount. Who knows at this point? You just say Rocky Mount.
So you are like the celebrity of Rocky Mount right now. How does that feel?
It feels good a little bit, you know. I try not to get too big-headed or whatever, but you know, coming from Rocky Mount, it's a small town. Everybody's either trying to be a rapper or a producer or somewhere in there. I just wanted to do something a little bit different, you know, something that people could relate to. I didn't think that it was going to turn into this. And, you know, I just feel like it's more of a positive way to show people about Rocky Mount. Because whenever you hear Rocky Mount, people get a little panic. People get shaken up a little bit, which is okay, because we all crazy, you know. I don't deny it. If what you've heard about Rocky Mount is either 99% true. So to be able to come out of there, that town, and do something positive, I just think it's a really beautiful thing. And I love my city, man. I got my city on my back. I'm carrying them on my back. I love the support that I get from them. And it's always going to be 2-5 before anything else.
Absolutely. Hometown always. Even though I'm repping Raleigh, but still, hometown.
It's cool. You know, I've been here for 5 years. It's cool, but it ain't nothing like the Mount.
It ain't, all right. Hey, it ain't nothing like home ever.
Hey, I can attest to that one because Raleigh way better than Kingston, so
yeah.
I can't even say that.
It's a lot of things to do in Raleigh, but you know, sometimes there are certain things that I can do in Rocky Mount that I can't do in Raleigh. And I ain't gonna even go into detail with that.
No.
That's fact.
That's so true, though. The country different.
When it comes to being from Rocky Mount, it's a small city, a small town, whatever you want to call it. You have any haters? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got any people with the small town. I'm being for real, like the small town syndrome. You know what I'm saying? That can't get out or can't really find their way the same way that you did. That just don't like you for that. That's really a thing.
I know. Trust me. I haven't really seen anybody from my hometown that doesn't like me, because I always put myself in a situation where people would actually like me. Like my personality, you get to know me. I was the type of person that hung out with everybody. And I just so happened to choose my own path in life and my own career, and I'm working hard on it, and it became successful. So, I mean, if you hate me, then what else? What, I can't think of why you would hate me, but if you do, then that's fine. I don't really care. It don't really faze me at all, honestly, but you always get some haters. No matter what you do, somebody's gonna hate you for something.
Somebody going not like what you're doing just because.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you know you're doing it right.
Exactly.
Exactly how you know.
It doesn't bother me at all.
That's real. That's real.
That's a good way to be. No cap. Haters is everywhere.
What them haters at? What them haters at?
Bruh, so let me ask you this though. If you wasn't on comedy, what you think you'd be doing for real?
You know what? I haven't really thought about what I actually want to do outside of comedy. Because I've just always, even as a kid, like when people would ask me what do I want to be when I grow up, I would always say an entertainer. So it didn't matter what I did, as long as I was entertaining. I wasn't one of those kids that wanted to be a doctor or a fireman or some shit like that. I wanted to be an entertainer. So I set my goals to play first. But outside of comedy, I don't know what I'll probably be living a regular life. Just a normal life. I'm not quite sure what job I would have, but it'll be a normal life.
Okay, for sure. So comedy is it. That's your life.
Comedy or nothing.
Pretty much.
That's what's up. That's good. You get into it though. You know what I'm saying? You seeing some result. You putting in the work.
That's all that matters.
And your support system, I see it all up and down.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
I get text messages all the time from friends and family, from people I don't know that shared my video or posted a video in a group chat. And I was just like, well, just, keep promoting it, keep pushing it. Tell them to share it in the next group chat.
Has some people resurfaced that you ain't heard from a long time?
Always.
See you climbing up top.
Always. I got people now that I ain't talked to in years. Oh my God, you're so hilarious. Let's hang out. No, I'm okay. I'm sorry. I'm gonna keep it honest. Like, the thing with me, I'm a real ass person. I'm a real ass human being, and I know real from fake love. If you weren't rocking with me back then, and all of a sudden you rocking with me now, don't try to ask me to hang out. I don't really. I'm glad you support me, but we ain't never been friends. We ain't friends. We probably ain't gonna never be friends. Keep on supporting me though. That's cool. But I just, I'm not with all that fake love stuff. I try to keep my distance from that. Like, I see the people. Trust me, I see them. I got memory like an elephant. So I know if you rocking with me before and if you weren't rocking with me back then. So that's always gonna happen though. Folks you ain't talked to in years gonna show up and, oh, I'm so happy for you. Let's hang out. Let's not. Let's stay where we are. You continue to support me, and that's where it is.
Or more like, you can book me, we can hang out.
Show me the bag first.
All right. See the link in the bio?
Exactly.
Figure something out. Nah, for real though.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy OG Cook, co-host of More Music Podcast, sponsored by Smoking Lips. Now, I rock with Smoking Lips heavy, and let me tell you why. You can get custom ashtrays or rolling trays, or you can simply choose a pre-made product that's already on the website. So do yourself a favor, do us a favor, and do Smoking Lips a favor, and follow them on IG at smoking_lips. Or visit their website at www.smokinglips.bigcartel.com. Tell them that your favorite podcast sent you over. And yes, before you ask, you do have to support Cut and Black.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you some questions. You got I'm gonna say 10 seconds to answer them. You hot or cold?
Cold.
If you had to travel for the rest of your life in the same way, how would you travel? Plane, boat, or would you walk?
Boat.
Boat? You guys tell me why. Why a boat?
I can't stand planes. I do not like planes. I've only flown once and I hated it.
Dang. Why you hate it? What happened? Something bad happened?
Did you fly Spirit?
I did. How did you know?
Well, that explains it.
That was my first flight experience, and I said that is my last flight experience. I'd rather take a bus or a train.
Delta.
I'm not getting on no plane.
Damn.
Turn to a Spirit.
It was awful, and there's no room. Like I was literally uncomfortable the entire
No
trip.
room.
No room. Could never
It made
do
me
it.
feel like you should have walked home. Like,
If you could choose any superpower, what would you pick?
Super speed.
Super speed.
I
If
like
you were asked to perform anywhere right now for a comedy show, where would you want to perform at?
Okay, the Apollo.
For sure, you had to show out though. You know they'll put you off the stage.
Mhm. Give me that
Alright.
criticism. That's all I need.
If you had to cut off a body part to get famous off of comedy, what body part would you cut off?
We went deep, boy.
right? Like, dang, this supposed to be rapid fire. That's
You got to lose something to make something.
Okay. A finger.
Okay.
Let's go with the pinky finger.
Okay. If you had to pick any genre of music to listen to for the rest of your life, what genre are you picking?
R&B all day.
I feel that. Okay.
Give me your Mount Rushmore of comedians. So that's 4. 4 comedians.
Eddie Murphy, Bernie Mac, Dave Chappelle. Jamie Foxx.
I like it. Hey, so I guess we could throw one more out there. If you could choose 5 dinner guests, dead or alive, who would it be?
Okay. Let's see. Dead or alive, right?
Mm-hmm.
Aaliyah, Beyonce and Jay-Z, Barack Obama. What's that? 4?
Yeah.
And Michael Jackson.
This is the second time somebody left Michelle at home when we asked them about that.
Well, they a package deal.
Hey, let me ask you this. Let me ask a question. All right, so it's this thing with comedians. They say, and once you get on and you make it, they make you wear a dress. If you get on, are you gonna be one of them comedians to put on a dress for a movie, like a movie role?
Okay, so I'm not opposed to it, considering the fact that I create characters. I think it becomes a problem when we do that and we go down the pigeonhole of this is how certain Black women act, or this is how certain people act, or especially with Black women. It's definitely something with Black women about that. But if I have to do that, I don't want to go down that pigeonhole. I want to kind of have a character that does their own thing. That everybody can, again, like how I create my characters as someone everyone can relate to. That's what I would prefer. Whereas I don't want to go down and have to play, you know what I'm saying, some ratchet old lady, long nails, with a dress and weave and all that stuff. That's not my, can't do it.
How do you feel about how Dave Chappelle did it whenever they tried to get him to wear a dress?
I understand why he didn't do it, because sometimes you want to be able to prove that you're funny without having to do that.
Right.
And I get it. So I definitely understand Dave Chappelle's feelings towards that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's a different comedian. He does his own thing, and plus Dave Chappelle is the type of person that's gonna say whatever he wants to say, and you can either feel how you feel about it or keep it pushing.
That's the truth.
But I'm one of those people that I see characters, I create characters, and I want these characters to be as realistic as possible. So it's different styles of comedy, and everyone takes it differently. Me, I'm not opposed to it. I don't really care. give me my check. If I'm going to have to put on a dress and be this person, make sure my check is big enough for the role.
How do you feel? You touched on the stereotypical Black female characters that comedians usually turn to. How do you feel about white men playing these roles?
Cultural appropriation.
Don't talk about it.
It's always different, especially with our it's like when it comes to a Black man doing it, it's kind of like, oh my God, I'm so tired of seeing this comedians in a wig, this, that, and the third. But you don't ever hear that on the white people side. You don't ever hear white people typically say, oh, I'm so tired of this comedian portraying a woman or something like that. I just think it depends on how you depict your character. Definitely. A lot of times I see people go for the ratchet route, and that's the thing that people tend to gravitate towards because that's the thing now, being ratchet is in style. But it gets to a certain point, especially with the white comedians, where it's like, okay, like this a little, you need to tone it down because you're not Black. And it's kind of getting to a point where it seems like now they're just like, okay, well, this works for the Black comedians, let me do it. And then it becomes cultural appropriation at that point. And I think that it would be easier for them to just stay in their lane, the white male comedians, than to try to bite off of what we've created as a community, as a culture, and try to profit off of it.
Listen, do you got any characters on standby?
I do. So I have a coach, I have a guidance counselor, a science teacher for Quaterbrick High. And you can just imagine the type of science that he's about to teach. My thing is, I call it the Quaterbrick High universe. So originally I was just gonna keep hanging on to this one character, but at the new year, sometimes it's like I played that character since beginning of July, and it's about to be a whole new year. I need to come up with something different. I need to maximize my creativity. And that's where I kind of came up with the principal, the coach, the guidance counselor, science teacher. Like I just wanted to become a whole thing of its own, like a whole series of its own. So it's going to be different characters y'all are going to see. Of course, y'all are going to be able to relate to these characters and still laugh. But what I really want to do is turn Quaterbrick High into an actual series, like a show. But I definitely have characters that I want to play throughout the school, and then students as well, and then have like some new people come in, like new actors and actresses. It's gonna be this whole thing. It's gonna be like watching an Eddie Murphy movie almost. You're gonna see me as every other character in the school.
I like it.
That's gonna be hard.
Thank y'all so much for tuning in. I had a blast to More Muse podcast. Y'all can follow me on TikTok, Hey Tony TV, Instagram, Hey Tony TV, YouTube, and Twitter. Well, my Twitter is different. It's the Hey Tony TV. And yeah, we got some things coming soon. A lot of great things.
No doubt,
man. Thanks for joining us today, y'all. We out.
Hey.